Well, hello and welcome back into the kitchen. How are you today? I am Wendy, your kitchen chaos coordinator. And in this kitchen, measurements are optional. They're real, but they're optional. Sarcasm is always on the side, so we'll take some of that as well. Tonight we're making chili. It's a family recipe. Since I've been doing a lot of Grandma Hazel's side, I thought I better switch back over. Let's do something from Grandpa Buck and Daddy, and that is chili soup. It's a perfect day in Florida for it. We are sitting at 70 degrees outside, but the wind is chilly, so it's chilly enough for chili. It's chilly enough for chili. Let's take a look at what we need for chili. I have 2 pounds of hamburger here. I have 3 different kinds of kidney beans. Watch me do the Hannah. Watch me do the Vanna part. I'm going to turn a letter. 3 different types of beans. So I like to do pinto beans, I like to do light kidney beans, and I like to do dark kidney beans. So that's 3 styles of beans there. I also have a great big jar of the petite diced tomatoes. I love the added bits of tomato that you get out of this, so that makes me happy. Then we have, of course, an onion, we have tomato juice, and then chili powder, cumin, and our standby favorite for garlic, onion, pepper, and salt. I'm so thrilled you're here with me today. Let's make some chili. Go get your spoon, go get your chair, come back in. You can tell me all about your day, and we will get this going. Cool? Let's do it. My hair. It's really breezy and, what do you call it? Humid outside. And so I was walking around the Publix earlier today thinking, oh, I look good. My hair looks nice. It feels poofy. Let me tell you. Not today, folks, not today. So I came straight home and went, boing, pull the bangs back. They're tucked in and back here in the back of my head. So apologies. You're getting this version of Wendy. But let's get the chili cooking. So the first thing we want to do is we want to brown our hamburger with our onion, get our onion nice and translucent, and then we can move on from there. So I'll be right back as soon as I get the onion chopped up and the hamburger in, and then we can chat. I've got my onion cut up. I'm putting in the hamburger. I have 1 pound of the 93% lean, so only 7% fat. And then the other one was the, was it the 90-10? Yeah, 90-10. So I like mixing it up, the fat ratio to this. Just to, the fat does add a little bit of flavor. You don't want to go completely non-fat. And like I said, the onion is at the bottom. So we're just going to crumble this in large crumbles. Remember, I don't believe in chopping your hamburger really small until it's done cooking. I believe if you do it beforehand, that you're actually making the meat tough. Just seems to make it tougher. So I like to leave the big chunks, let them get good and browned, and then we'll chop it into smaller bits. So for now, it is hamburger and onion going on medium-high heat, and then I am going to add our Montreal steak seasoning, or if you don't have this, you would be doing some garlic powder, some onion powder, some salt, and some pepper. I'm just going to give this our 14 shakes. And then everybody's going, she's not going to do it? There's no way. She's not going to do it. I'm going to do it. Hello, McCormick. I'm your girl. And there's 159 friends. They might be interested in it too. It's a good product. Come on. Get behind us. Get on the bus. Come on, McCormick. Oh my goodness. Okay, so while the hamburger starts to brown, I'm going to open up all of these cans and then we will come back when it is browned. So in the background, Wendy is gonna, hey, oh, I know, while I'm opening these cans, you can take that big block of cheese and cut it into cubes for us so we can put it in our chili later. Sound good? Sound good. All right, we'll meet you on the other side. In about 7 minutes, maybe 8 minutes. I've stirred it a couple of times. The onion is starting to get tender, so I'm starting to break up the bigger chunks into more bite-sized chunks of meat. Chili's always good when you're just biting right into a bite of hamburger. We'll do that. It's going to take just a couple more minutes. So the other thing that I did was I started our bowl for macaroni. So we'll have macaroni. It's so good sometimes just to add a little bit of macaroni into your chili soup. My mom would do it. My dad roll his eyes like, oh my God, you're ruining it. But then, like, we were raised in Colorado, whatever. I get down to Florida and there's a restaurant down here that serves spaghetti with their chili, and I guess that's a Chicago thing. So I was like, oh, okay, so we weren't far off having a little bit of pasta with our chili. But it was still like, oh, that's really a thing, not just, something that mom really liked to do. Yep. Okay, good. This looks great. I'm going to turn down the macaroni. Hey, put that, can't see. All right, so as you can see, our onion is getting tender. It's getting see-through. That's what we like. So the next thing, I did want to put a little bit of garlic in it. So I picked out a big old clove. Let's put that big old clove of garlic in there. And we always add that at the end because you only want the aroma. You don't really want to cook or brown your garlic. You might leave it with more of a bitter taste than that, what I call the pizza smell, pizza taste. All right, lovely. Next step is we want to add the beans and the tomatoes. So I'm going to start with this huge thing of tomatoes. This is diced tomatoes. It is a 28 ouncer. So you get your 28 ounce can of tomato. Then you're going to add in 2 cans of the darker kidney beans. And I drained these. So these are drained. Remember when we made the taco soup and we didn't drain anything? We are draining. When we made the goulash, I did drain the corn for that too. And then we've got light red kidney beans. So 2 cans of red kidney beans, a can of light red kidney beans, and a can of pinto beans. And let's stir that together. Get that mixed up. I'm just kind of folding to the middle and bringing it back. For those of us who are scared to spill all down the front of our stove. Delicious. Now, measurements are optional in this kitchen, but I did kind of want to give you a visual for how I at least start the chili with the cumin and the chili powder. So normally with the cumin, I buy this great big 7 ouncer, the specific brand, but it's 7 ounces and it has this really nice lid. And I usually fill this lid up and start my cumin that way. So I did that for us while we're waiting for this to go. And it actually came out to 5 tablespoons. So I'm starting with 5 tablespoons of cumin. Then after that, you're just gonna kind of to taste. It's all nice and stirred in. And then we're gonna do the same thing with the chili powder. Now with the chili powder, it's actually 2. I start with 2 usually. Same thing. It's huge, and it has this really nice deep lid. And so I just use that to measure, and I measure off 2 of these to start. And that came out to exactly a half a cup. So these are a quarter of a cup. That's what we're going to go with next. And then you'll taste as you go. You can decide, it needs more cumin, it needs more chili powder. But I usually, once I add this in and I add the tomato juice to it, then I just let it simmer 20 minutes at a time, and then I come back and taste test it and see, how close is it to what we want. Real world, this would simmer pretty much all day in the kitchen. I just keep it on a real nice low from maybe after lunch. So 2 o'clock to dinner time, good 3 or 4 hours to simmer. That gives you plenty of time to come back and check all the flavors. Okay, that looks well mixed in. Now, tomato juice. You can get the aluminum can of tomato juice. Sometimes they still sell that. This is the one that I found at the store in the juice aisle on the bottom shelf. And I add till it almost gets to the top, because we are making soup. So we want it to be soupy. Not like the taco soup, which is more more like a stew, I guess, because you don't get a lot of soup out of that. There we go. Yeah, that looks like a great. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring this to a simmer. Once it simmers, I'm going to put the lid on, and I will let it sit for 20 minutes and come back and taste it. And I will come back to you at that same point, and we'll see where we are in terms of flavorings. All right, talk to you in a minute. Macaroni's done. This is just starting its simmer. Whoop, a little water leak off the side there. It's going to talk to us the whole time. Okay, but macaroni is done. So I'm going to pull it off, rinse it under cold water, rinse it under cold water, and leave it sit. It'll be ready to go. Okay, see you in a minute. 20-minute mark. Look at that simmer. I'm actually turning that down. That's a little bit too much of a simmer. We don't need fast bubbles. We want slow bubbles. Slow bubbles. But it is time to take a taste test and see how we're doing. I do like to look at it. You can see the darker red flakes. You can see the more tan flakes. So you know your cumin to chili powder ratio. Let's give it a try. That's pretty good. I don't think I'd add anything else to this actually. No, I think that's really good. I think you hit it spot on first time, Wendy. Cool. Cool. All right. All right, so let's let this, I'll cover it back up, let it simmer for a little bit more, and we'll just wait till it's dinner time. Got about 30 minutes left, so we're gonna give it a nice slow simmer for the next 30 minutes. Let it really commiserate, as Papa says. We'll talk to you soon. Be right back. Did you cut the cheese yet? What? Did you cut that cheese into chunks for us yet? Oh, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We can do it now. Let's do it now. We have like 30 minutes. Let's do it. All right, cool. Oh man. It smells delicious. I'm so ready to dig in. Fam's here, so we are all gonna have some chili. Thank you for cutting up that block of cheese for me. Let me go grab it so you can see how we serve it here. We cut it into little dices. And some of them are different shapes. You have nice different shapes and thicknesses because some people like theirs more cheesy, some people like theirs less cheesy. And then the last thing I do before I serve it is I usually pour just a little bit more of the tomato juice in there, but I wanted to let you see this nice slow roll of a simmer. So that's exactly what we were looking for. And it is ready to go. We didn't need to add any more seasoning to it. I will say it's a little bit on the spicy side. Not sure how your palate is. So you may, when I put the recipe up there, I'll give some, 1/4 to 1/2 cup chili powder and 1/3 to 1/4 cup cumin. You can always add more. You just can never take away. So better safe than sorry with your tongue. Start low and just keep adding bits and bits until you get to what your family needs, which is, like I said, been cooking it long enough. I know how much goes in those caps and what we use. So, but could be a little spicy for some. So we'll tone it down. All right, we are ready to eat. So let us meet at the table. Grab your bowl, grab your spoon. There's also cornbread, so we are good to go, and we will meet you at the table. Yay! It was so nice to have you in the kitchen with me tonight as we cooked Grandpa Buck's chili. I'm so excited to share this recipe with you, which it will be in the description. And thank you so much for all your help today with the cheese and the macaroni. Perfect. Everything's good. I'm ready. I'm ready. And today I'm little spoon. I like to have chili, just a little spoon. You don't need a great big. I'm going to savor every bite of this stuff and the cornbread on the side. So good to see you. Thanks again. Please hit like and subscribe if you know anybody, if you have a couple of friends, pass this channel over there. Tell them about it. Ask them to subscribe as well. We are at 159 and I am pressing to get to 200 by the end of December. So chugga chugga choo choo, here we go. Stay tuned for a Zen moment. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for all you do. Thanks for your friendship. I really look forward to chatting with you in the comments. Stay tuned for a Zen moment. We'll talk to you later. Bye. Time to dig in.